Welcome back to the mechanics of toxic relationships. In this episode, we are going to flip the script and make it all about us. 12 practical things that help your mind reset. When a narcissistic relationship ends, most men assume the worst part is over. In reality, the nervous system often takes months to stabilize. Your brain has spent a long time living inside uncertainty, tension, and emotional negotiation. It needs time and some basic structure to reset. None of the things below are dramatic and they're simple, but they fucking work. 1. Clean up the physical basics. Your nervous system runs on physical inputs: sleep, food, movement, sunlight. If those collapse, your brain stays stuck in survival mode. So start with the boring foundations. Eat real food, sleep properly, move your body regularly. You don't need a transformation plan, you need consistency. 2. Be careful with alcohol. A lot of men lean on alcohol hard after relationships like this, and for a while it can feel like relief. But alcohol also amplifies rumination, anxiety, and anger, which means the next day your brain ends up replaying the relationship even harder. Moderation matters here. Your nervous system is already overstimulated. Don't pour fucking petrol on it. 3. Talk to people who actually understand. One of the most disorienting parts of covert narcissistic relationships is that very few people understand them. So find people who do, support groups, online communities, other survivors, not to live in the story forever, but to normalize what you experienced. Clarity stabilizes the mind. Isolation does the opposite. 4. Educate yourself, but don't obsess. Understanding narcissistic dynamics is useful, but there's a trap. Some people fall into permanent analysis mode: videos, forums, more books, more explanations. Understanding the system is important, but living your entire life analyzing it isn't recovery. At some point, the goal shifts from understand what happened to move forward. 5. Rebuild small pieces of your life. After these relationships, men often feel like their identity has been fucking hollowed out. So don't try to rebuild everything at once. Start small. Go back to things you used to enjoy. Reconnect with friends. Rebuild routines that have nothing to do with the relationship. Your life doesn't reset overnight. It rebuilds piece by piece. 6. Stop trying to get closure from them. This one is fucking important. Narcissistic systems don't end with satisfying explanations. They end with distance. Trying to get clarity from the person who created the confusion rarely works. Closure usually arrives later, when you realize you no longer need their explanation. 7. Cut the information feed. If you're still checking their social media, asking mutual friends about them, or replaying their life updates in your head, you're still feeding the system. Every new piece of information pulls your brain back into the same loop. Distance isn't just physical, it's informational. Stop pain shopping. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is stop giving your brain new material to analyze. 8. Expect emotional whiplash. Some days you'll feel calm, other days you'll feel angry, some days you might even fucking miss them. That doesn't mean you want the relationship back. It means your nervous system is untangling itself from a long period of psychological tension. Stabilization isn't a straight line. It's more like waves slowly getting smaller. 9. Put your energy back into real life. One of the biggest hidden costs of these relationships is mental bandwidth, arguments, analysis, trying to fix things that never stabilize. When the relationship ends, that mental space comes back. Use it. Work, fitness, learning, friends. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you have. Point it somewhere constructive. 10. Create something from the experience. For me, it started with journaling. I was trying to understand what the fuck had just happened. Writing helped organize the chaos in my head. That journaling eventually turned into a book, then another, and another. And eventually the podcast you're listening to now. Everyone processes experiences differently. Some people write, some train, some build businesses, projects, or communities. The point isn't the activity, the point is direction. If you can channel your need for understanding into something constructive, then the experience stops being pointless suffering. In my mind, the shit I lived through wasn't in vain, because if understanding it helps someone else recognize the pattern sooner, then something useful came out of it. And sometimes that's the closest thing to closure you'll ever fucking get. And from one man to another, be kind to yourself. You deserve to be loved and respected for the man you are, not for what you tolerate, absorb, and endure. A couple more things before you fuck off. If this podcast helped you feel less alone or gave you some clarity, leave a comment and review. Not for me, but for the next guy going through fucking hell. Who needs to find himself again? Remember, silence from the outside looks like fucking calm. One more thing. I would like to share with you my books. My latest book is Chaos. Clarity. Calm, a man's guide to rebuilding after narcissistic abuse. I have two others. It was real and it fucking hurt. Decoding covert narcissistic abuse. And my first book about my personal experience in a toxic relationship. The Mechanics of Toxic Relationships. Available from Amazon in paperback and ebook. Inside, you will find ways to move forward with clarity and live the calm life you deserve. Until next time, take care of yourself.